What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. I am Pitching Ninja, and I'm here with a man who's always working for the weekend, Will Leahey. What's happening, Will?
Ninja had a treat yesterday. We got to see Jacob deGrom pitch for the first time in what feels like 3 years. deGrom had a minor league start. You know, he wasn't as spectacular as we know him, but it's just great to see him thrown out there, Ninja. He's one of the all-time greats. We'll ever have a question mark around him for his injury history, because if he was never injured, he might be the single greatest pitcher of all time, Ninja. I know you love him. Good to see him yesterday, right?
It was great to see him. I mean, it made my heart feel good. You've seen potentially the best pitcher, certainly pitch for pitch. He is among the top, if not the top pitcher, pitch for pitch, meaning that dude throws the ball exactly where he wants to at 100 miles an hour, sliders exactly where he wants to all the time. It's just pure art watching a dude pitch. You get almost blinded by he throws with ridiculous velocity, but he's a command pitcher. So it's the beauty of baseball all summed up in one dude. I love watching Jacob deGrom pitch. Yesterday, it just reinforced why I love him. He had these sliders that were pinpoint command. He said he could have just thrown his sliders and probably struck everybody out, but he wanted to work in his other pitches, including his 100-mile-an-hour fastball that he got his first K with. But he did have these wicked sliders and worked in a few changeups too. Jacob deGrom's changeup is absolutely disgusting, and he doesn't throw it a lot because he doesn't have the absolute pinpoint command of his changeup. He does with his slider and fastball. He can throw it within like an inch of where he wants it. His changeup is maybe 3 inches from where he wants it, and that's not good enough for deGrom, apparently. I'd love to see him work some more in, but I am not going to tell Jacob deGrom how to pitch. I'm just happy to see him back out there. Big Pitching Ninja Show round of applause. I hope he pitches several games through the end of the year. I can't wait for a full year of Jacob deGrom next year. Now to my whip around the league. Gerrit Cole had 2 Ks and 6 scoreless innings, giving up only 1 hit as the Yankees dominated the Guardians 6-0. He had these knuckle curves, and here's a fastball knuckle curve overlay that's really filthy. Look how well these pitches tunnel, and it's almost like that fastball just poops out a knuckle curve right to the dirt. This game also featured Gerrit Cole getting a little slap on the wrist here, an automatic ball after throwing one too many warm-up pitches. They took a little bit too long here, and he got kind of pissed off. You see him in the dugout go, "That's a horse call." Not the greatest strikeout game for Gerrit Cole, but a really good effort. He faced Gavin Williams, who was really good yesterday too, with 5 Ks and 4 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs, but honestly, the 3 runs don't tell how good Gavin Williams was. He had these upper 90s heaters, his cutter, his knuckle curve, and his changeup. The Nats beat the Rockies 8-3. Patrick Corbin had 8 Ks and 6 innings, giving up 1 run. He had this painted sinker and sliders. This was good Patrick Corbin day. I always felt weird featuring Patrick Corbin because he can be complete ass or be really good like this. He faced Cal Quantrill, had 4 Ks and 5 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had the splitter, cutter, and curveball. Miles Michaelis had 3 Ks and 6 scoreless innings, giving up 2 hits as the Cardinals flew past the Brewers 3-0. He had his painted front door 2-seamer. He faced Freddie Peralta, who had only 2 Ks and 5 scoreless innings, giving up 3 hits, and this fastball and changeup. The Cubs pummeled the Tigers 10-2. Justin Steele had 10 strikeouts and 7 innings, giving up 2 runs, 4 hits, and no walks. He had these Mississippi dirty fastballs. In fact, he picked up 4 Ks in a row here and also had these wicked sliders. Steele's ERA this year, what do you think it is, Will? Give me a guess.
Well, he started off pretty poorly, right?
Right?
3.25?
3.07.
If he can end the season sub-3, that's extremely impressive with his start.
He is a really good pitcher, and I don't think he gets the credit he deserves because he doesn't throw with ridiculous velo, but Cubs fans know.
And he made an all-star team last year. He'll be back.
The A's beat the Rays 3-1 as Valdo Bido had 6 Ks and 5 innings, giving up 1 run on 2 hits. He was actually filthy yesterday with these changeups, cutter, and nasty slider. He faced Jeffrey Springs, who had 3 Ks and 3 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs. He had these changeups, including this one way off the plate, as well as this slider. The Pirates shut out the Reds yesterday, 7-0. Paul Skenes went 6 scoreless innings with 9 Ks,
Nice.
giving up only 2 hits. His ERA this year, 2.16. Is he Rookie of the Year? Because Jackson Merrill is making a run at it.
Oh, man, if it's a popularity contest, it's definitely going to Skenes, I'll tell you that much. But Merrill's having a great rookie season, so I hate to do it, Ninja. I'm on the fence. I'd probably go Skenes just because we like him.
Yeah, friend of the show. Speaking of somebody who is pretty biased in favor of pitchers yesterday, Larry Vanover called these 2 pitches strikes from Paul Skenes. They're on the freaking chalk of the batter's box. Absolute chalk. And when I say chalked, that means it's a ball. Ninja terminology, chalked, ball, painted, strike, paintish, just off the plate. He also had this splinker, which was nasty, as well as this changeup. He faced Nick Lodolo, who had 9 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 2 hits, but 5 runs. Lodolo pitched way better than those 5 runs, though. He had this fastball for a sword and these wicked breaking balls. Lodolo had been in a little slump, and I thought he broke out of that pitching slump yesterday, but really doesn't have the line score to prove it. In an opener duel, and like another famous duel, Burr won. Ryan Burr, the opener here, had 2 Ks in 1 scoreless inning as the Blue Jays flew past the Angels 5-3. Burr had these sliders. He faced Brock Burke, who had this slider and had 1 K in 1 inning, giving up 3 runs. The Spaghetti Pirate, Spencer Arrighetti, had 6 Ks in 6 scoreless innings, giving up only 3 hits, as the Astros shot past the Orioles 6-0. He had these sick curveballs and this sweeper for a sword that was absolutely disgusting. He faced Corbin Burns, who had 2 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 5 earned runs. His ERA now is 3.28, and this changeup and dirty curveball and pretty much kissed his Cy Young Award goodbye. We wrote him off after the last start, but this put the nail in the coffin. Congrats to your 2024 Cy Young Award winner, Tarek Skubal. The Braves chopped the Phillies yesterday, 3-2. Spencer Schwellenbach, let's go to Schwellenbach, Texas. Severino, Fried, and the boys. Had 9 Ks in 6 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits and only 1 walk. Yes, Spencer Schwellenbach pitched a really big boy game yesterday, stepping up for the Braves. He had 20 whiffs for the game, 7 on his slider, 6 on his curveball, and he had the most whiffs of any pitcher yesterday. He had this 97-mile-an-hour heater, these sliders, picked up a sword, and these curveballs, including this wicked one to Bryce Harper, and threw in a splitter also. He faced Christopher Sanchez, who had 8 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 3 runs, had his sinkers, sliders, and of course his nasty changeups. Luis Severino had 5 Ks in 5 innings, giving up only 1 run. He had this 97-mile-an-hour heater, this cutter, and these ridiculous sweepers. These sweepers were back-to-back and were 24 inches of horizontal break, 2 whole feet, and 22 inches of horizontal break. Absolute filth to Machado here. I overlaid this sweeper with his sinker, and look at these things. They're in the same exact spot here, pretty much the same spot, and then end up way apart. The Mets beat the Padres 8-3. He faced Dylan Cease, who had 7 Ks in 6 1/3 innings, giving up 2 earned runs, but 9 hits, and had this elevated fastball and sliders. Now onto my filthiest relievers. Ben Heller had these nasty changeups. Kevin Kelly had this 2-seamer that broke 2 feet, as well as this slider. Justin Lawrence had this overlay of a 2-seamer and slider that was filthy. Mason Miller had these sliders and fastballs up to 103 miles an hour. Tommy Nance had these sliders and curveballs. Prince Albert had these curveballs. Jojo Romero had this nasty slider. Nick Vespi had this filthy slider and cutter. Luke Weaver had these dirty changeups. And Ryan Yarbrough had this filthy curveball. My top 5 filthiest pitches of the day yesterday. At number 5, Raisel Iglesias for stepping up big time yesterday. These changeups, fastballs, and sliders, and of course his awesome K pose to close the game out for the Braves over the Phillies. Huge win for the Braves. At number 4, Spencer Schwellenbach for his 20 whiffs. Just filthy stuff yesterday. At number 3, Paul Skenes for his heaters and splinkers and Larry Vanover for calling these things strikes that weren't close. At number 2, the Spaghetti Pirate for his wicked sweeper. And at number 1, Luis Severino. It is Sevy season. These ridiculous sweepers, absolutely mind-blowing stuff from Luis Severino. And now, my pitching ninja moment of Zen. I love this broccoli dancing dude. And I decided to remix him with the Big Lebowski, turning him into the Big Brockolowski. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was. My picks of the day today are a 4-leg same game parlay plus. I'm going to start out with a same game parlay of Luis Castillo for 7Ks or more and Hayden Birdsong for 5Ks or more. And then I'm going to take Chris Sale for 8Ks or more and top it off with Carlos Rodon for 8Ks or more. And then I'm going to add in my Pitching Ninja profit boost of 25% for any same game parlay or same game parlay plus of 3 legs or more. What would your picks of the day be?